Now for a really brief topic, we're going to talk about stationing. What this is, the reason we're going to do this is in our next chapters we're going to go over, we're going to be dealing with horizontal and vertical curves. A lot of those calculations then depend on a distance along a certain line, which we call stationing. So let's take a brief discussion into this. All right, the stationing, what it does is specifies a relative position along any point along any reference line. What that's saying is, and it's something that's real similar that you guys have seen in your life already. If you're driving down the highway, you come right up to here, and you see a little mile marker that says 2.0, or you see one that says 27, or you see one that says 110, whatever it is. It's a reference from some beginning location. So what that means is back here at the state line over here, this is where it's 0. So what it means is now you've gone all the way up here and you've gone a distance of 2 miles. So it's stuff that you've already seen and along a reference line. That reference line then is measured against the actual road itself, the path that you've driven and traveled. Okay, so for us, when we deal with stationing, we're going to deal with feet, not miles. That's a different reference line. But for us, we're going to be dealing with feet. We're going to use the U.S. survey foot. So what you need to understand is one station is equal to 100 feet. One full station is equal to 100 feet. So let's give you an example right here. So if I began at a place that the reference beginning was 0, and I measured 200 feet along that reference line, I'm now at station 2 plus 0, 0. So again, let's write what we have here. If this is 0, or 0 plus 0, 0, and I measured going along this line 200 feet, and then I come out here and 200 feet stops right to there. I want to know then what the station is. Well, we see if one station is equal to 100 feet, well, one full station to add on to the 0 plus 0, 0 would be 1 plus 0, 0. Okay, that's 1. So we've gone 200 feet, so we've gone twice this. That means we travel along here, we're going to end up at 1 plus 0, 0, which is 100 feet. We're going to go another 100 feet, and then we end up now at 2 plus 0, 0. So there's where we end up with what we're looking at right there. Okay, so now the question would be, okay, if I measure an additional 45.67 feet, so we've got now a total of 245.67 feet, now I'm at station 2 plus 45.67. So that's just a matter of understanding how stationing works and how we talk about it. So what you can look at it is, if you started here at 0 plus 0, 0, now you've gone 245.67 feet, well, let's write that in station notation, which is this right here, or even write this one. Okay, we've gone 200 feet. So first we went 2 plus 0, 0, we made it to there. Now we've gone an additional 45.67 feet, which in station notation you'd be writing 0 plus 45.67. Okay, it's a partial of a full station, right? A full station's 100 feet, which is written as 1 plus 0, 0. So now if we've got a partial, so now what you're going to do is you're going to add those three together, and then that's how you end up then at 2 plus 45.67. Okay, so now let's look at one other thing. Let's do it again. Now let's look in meters. For the most part, we're not going to deal in meters as much, but it's still something you need to be familiar with. We will have examples of using that here in the future. In metric, one full station is 1 kilometer. Or rather 1,000 meters. So if I gave you a similar instance right here where I told you I began at 0, measured 400 meters along that line, what station am I at? Well, again, if one full station is 1,000 meters, or rather 1 plus 0, 0, 0, 0.000, there's one full station. Okay, we then have to place where we're at and what we're adding. If this is the kilometer, that means this is at the 100 meters, tens of meters, single meters, and so on and so forth. So if 0 plus 0, 0, 0, can add on 400 meters. Well, what's 400 meters written as? 0 plus 400, 0, 0, 0. So then you're going to add then the 0 where we started at, plus this ends up here, right there. Okay, so now if we're going to measure an additional 1,021.789 meters, so we've got a total distance. So now we want to know what station is. So you can either add this additional right here. So if you wrote that in station notation, it would be 1 plus 021.789. Or if you just got a total distance right here, you just convert that into station notation, which is what we have exactly right there. Now, one thing I want to make sure we understand right now, and let's not mess it up in the future, is that when we talk about stationing, stationing is in the horizontal plane, not in the vertical plane or along the slope or anything along those lines. So what I mean is this. So if we're talking in vertical, okay, so if I start here at 0 plus 0, 0, and say we're going all the way up this point, all the way up this line until I hit right there. Okay, obviously if you walk this right here, walk that reference line up there, you're going up and over the mountain and everywhere you're going along there, you definitely tell that you're walking more. But when we reference this, we're only referencing it according to the horizontal, which means at this point right here, just because I've walked a distance of 321 feet doesn't mean anything. What it means is in the horizontal, I'm only at 300 feet. So when I show you down here that I'm at 3 full stations, so I've gone to 3 plus 0, 0, not the 321 feet going along there. So remember, it's in the horizontal when we talk about stationing. Now, as we also talk about that, let's look at it in a horizontal aspect. Okay, if I started at one point right here to here, we've already seen this. Going along that distance, I start here and end up here. Okay, it's a reference line and it's straight. But now the question comes is, what if I gave you something different? What if I started here and ended here? Does it still work? Well, you look at your reference line, it goes along right there. Now, I mentioned this earlier when you talk about highways, that the mile markers are based upon the distance you travel along the highway. That's your reference line. So it's the same thing is going to happen here. So if I call this 0 plus 0, 0, and I end up here at, let's just say 14 plus 0, 0, okay, stationing is going to continue along all the way through there until you end up at the 14 plus 0, 0 at your stopping point. So again, it's all measured in the horizontal. Your stationing is in the horizontal, and it's all referenced to a reference line, wherever you put that reference line. And remember then, though, that the stationing comes from the distance along that reference line, but in the horizontal plane.